You are not gonna believe who the USC Trojans are about to get. The USC Trojans are heavily linked with these 8 players that I'm about to show you guys, and one of these guys is almost a pure lock to go to USC and is going to revolutionize their offense. So be sure to leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button, because when these 8 players inevitably do end up committing to USC, they're gonna be adding a lot of heat to that USC 2024 recruiting class. So let's jump straight into it and take a look at the 8 players that are heavily linked to USC and could be Trojans here in the next couple of days. 3, 2, 1. Starting it off, we're gonna be taking a look at a couple players that are linked to USC, but you know, it's still a little bit of a longer shot before they end up committing to USC. But this is 5-star defensive lineman and the second best defensive lineman in the country, Aiden Breeland. He goes to Modern Day High School, which everyone should know. Modern Day is a pipeline of just sending talent to USC. Like literally, you can look at all of the alumni that go to Modern Day. I would say over half of them went to USC. They send USC talent each and every single year, and you know, so far USC is still a very warm and still very high up on Aiden's top board, but he still does have about 8 to 10 schools that he's seriously considering. He's about 6'5", 290 pounds, so clearly he has a ton of people that want his signature. So it's still a little bit of a ways away, but at number 1, the first player that we're taking a look at is 5. You know that this is gonna be a crazy list when the first player is a 5-star defensive lineman. This is Aiden Breeland. Again, the second best defensive lineman in the country and the best player in the state of California. Next up, I was gonna make y'all wait, but I'm too excited for this. The player that is almost a unanimous lock to go to USC. We've been in a massive battle with Michigan over this player, but it is the #1 running back in the country, Tatum. This guy is a all-around workhorse. We have not brought in a #1 overall running back since Reggie Bush. I'm pretty sure I'm not mixing that up. We have not brought in a #1 running back in a class since Reggie Bush. I think maybe Joe McKnight, but I don't know if he was the #1 running back in that class, but it's been a long time. Tatum brings everything that you are looking for in a running back. He's got that prototypical size of about 5'10", 195, 200 pounds. As you can see, he brings a little bit of power, but his overall just well-roundedness of his game is what makes him such a dynamic running back. I mean, you see him lining up here in the slot, running legitimate routes out here. He is going to fit in extremely well at USC. Again, we have been in a massive back and forth battle with Michigan. For the longest time, it looks like he was almost a pure lock to go to Michigan. But over the last couple of days, USC really brought out the Brinks truck for Tatum. I'm not necessarily talking about money. I'm not talking about money 100%, but they might have. But overall, we heavily upped our recruiting efforts for my guy, and it's looking to pay off, because it's looking like just in the next couple of days, he is going to be recruiting, he's going to be committing, and he's going to be a USC Trojan. Again, the #1 running back in the class of 2024. That just sounds good to add to that USC recruiting class. So far we have some heavy hitters that are linked with USC. We have the second best defensive lineman in the country, the #1 running back in the country, and now why not go ahead and pick up one of the best wide receivers in the class, 5-star wide receiver coming out of Parkview High School, Mike Matthews, standing at 6'1", 180 pounds. This guy is a technician at the wide receiver position. Everyone should know that USC has been wide receiver you know, overall. There's been other schools that have, you know, they've kind of come up, you know, Alabama, Clemson. No, there's been some other schools that have made a run for it, but there's been no school that has produced wide receiver talent as consistently as USC has. Obviously, we got Lincoln Riley there, who's bringing in a new age of the USC offense. I think that Mike Matthews is inevitably going to just fall in love with USC's offense and end up going to the Sunshine State and becoming a USC Trojan. Another 5-star recruit that is heavily linked to USC. Again, this is another one of those players that, you know, he still has USC in his top 10, but he hasn't whittled it down to like a top 5 yet. So it is still a little bit more of a long shot for Mike Matthews to officially commit to USC, but he still is in that top 10, and you can never count that out. Ooh, yo, just keep on fighting, just keep on making your way over, my guy. Too easy. So why not go from one dominant wide receiver to another? But however, this player is ridiculously heavily linked to USC. He has made his top 3. Right now, it's between USC, LSU, and Texas A&M, I believe. This is 4-star wide receiver Breeland Miller. This dude is a big body physical receiver, standing at 6'2", 198 pounds. You're not going to be pushing him off no routes. He's going to be big body in every single player he goes up against. And you can see he has those elite juke moves, even though he is a bigger wide receiver. Normally when you see receivers this big, you see them, just kind of working their way across the middle, just trying to move the chains. But my guy Breeland Miller, he can actually make a play happen. He's built like a running back. He has that AJ Brown, Deebo Samuels type of build. USC is heavily linked with him. Also, USC has been crushing it, bringing in players from Texas. I mean, Tatum is in Texas, and Breeland Miller is in Texas as well. All I'm saying is that, hey, a lot of players are going to want to be going to USC. So I think that Breeland Miller is going to be, just like Tatum, another player that is a lock to go to USC. I know he still is in USC's top 3. I think it's going to be the top 1 when it's all said and done. Yeah, he just possesses a great athleticism and just having that shiftiness. You don't see that level of shiftiness from wide receivers this big, but Breeland Miller makes it look effortless on the field. Nope. And this, yeah, give me that. Too easy. It's outrun. Let's get going. Let's go. Now, we can't just only talk about the offense. We're going to swing over to the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to be taking a look at actually 2 4-star corners who are both top 10 corners in the country. This is the 6th best corner in the country, Selman Bridges, and he is down to his top 4, and USC has made his top 4. It is USC, Texas, TCU, and Arkansas in our top 4, or in his top 4. So, hey. So far, hey, USC's we got a 25% chance of landing him, but USC has been aggressively going after corners. You know that we love to get those. He's about 6 foot, 180 pounds. We love those really technical wide receiver or technical corners that can cover just extremely well. You know that when you're going to USC as a corner, you're going to be playing some of the best wide receiver talent week in and week out in practice. So it's going to be great, just great training for you overall. Oh, I thought he was about to come down with that. That was about to be crazy. Still a great pass breakup. You can see he plays very physically, but also under control. A lot of more physical corners, they can get a little handsy sometimes. He stays patient, keeps his eye on the ball, and it's just a flat out lockdown corner. Selman Bridges. And again, stay a little bit longer, because there's another 4-star corner that we're about to land that is equally as talented. And that would be another player from modern day. It is none other than 4-star corner Aiden Breeland. Oh, and we coming down with that. Let's go. He is ranked as the 5th best corner in the class of 2024. So you got Selman Bridges, who I actually misspoke. He is 6'3", 170 pounds, so a very lanky corner. And then you got Aiden Breeland, who is 6 foot, 180 pounds, who is another technician. Modern day, they just produce just fundamentally sound players. Aiden Breeland, where you going? Just lock it up. Let's go. Potentially bringing in 2 4-star corners who are both top 10 at their position is huge for USC. Aiden, USC made his top 4 as well. His top 4 consists of Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, and USC. So some heavy hitter names up there. I'm not gonna lie, but we all should know you're gonna want to stay your hometown kid. You grew up watching USC, not Ohio State or Alabama. So, hey, I think that he is going to be another player that is a lock to go to the Trojans. So far, I don't think we've even covered a player who's not in the top 100 yet. Like, literally, USC is about to go so crazy over these next couple of weeks in the recruiting game. Right now, we have the 12th best recruiting class in the class of 2024. When it's all said and done, I see us having a top 6 recruiting class easily. Go close down on that and open field tackle for the win. Oh, and last but certainly not least, why don't we just take a look at another 5-star recruit in the #1 edge rusher in the country, my guy Elijah Rushing. Again, this is another player that it's a little bit more of a stretch. He's still very early on in his recruiting process, and so USC has made his top 10. However, we're still waiting on some things before we could really say he's going to be a USC Trojan, but USC is still in his top 10. This is going to be a big one. If we're able to land, we we always do a great job of recruiting safeties and corners, but I just feel like USC hasn't had that elite edge rusher, that guy that is top 3 in the Pac-12 in sacks in a while. We don't have that consistent pressure on quarterbacks that I would love to see for USC's defense. Bringing in a guy like Elijah Rushing would solve all of that. 6'6", 235 pounds, a full-on grown man straight through number 66 like he was nothing. Hey, pair him up with Aiden. Hey, we might, Aiden Breeland and my guy Elijah Rushing, that might be a little deadly defensive line combo. That's all I'm saying. USC, we still have a lot of work to do in this 2024 recruiting class, but if we can even get half of these guys, USC is going to be doing just fine. So those are the biggest players that are linked to be going to the USC Trojans. Here in just the next couple of weeks, the majority of them are going to be making their college decisions. We took a look at 3 5-star recruits and the rest were top 100 4-star recruits. USC is absolutely dominating the 2024 recruiting class. We're continuing to add on the success of our 2023 recruiting class. Like I said, when it's all said and done, I do see USC having a top 6 recruiting class. I just think with all the additions that we've made, I know that our season didn't end super well at the end of last season. However, we still have Caleb Williams, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. We still got Lincoln Riley. We added Cliff Kingsbury. We got some pieces moving and shaking over there at USC, so we add a couple more of these guys, especially Taylor Tatum, add a little Mike Matthews, you know, add a little Aiden Breeland, a little Elijah Rushing, add a couple more of those guys. Hey, you know, USC might be doing something. I want to hear from all y'all. Comment down below, who do you guys want to see the most out of the players that we took a look at? Who do you guys want to see USC lock down the quickest? Because hey, this 2020 recruiting goes fast. We should all know that. So guys, comment down below who is your favorite and who do you guys want USC to land the most out of the players that we took a look at. Be sure to leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button, because when these players inevitably do commit to USC or whatever school they end up going to, we're gonna be making a video about it, hyping them up, showing them some love. So hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications. I love and appreciate each and every single last one of y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.